Hey there, Speedy. Welcome to my channel. Homeowners associations can be a pain in the neck sometimes with all of their rules. So today we're gonna count down the top 5 HOA rules that make zero sense. Number 5 is no basketballs or other sports equipment to be played within the street. Now, this one makes a lot of sense. You don't want people getting hurt. But what if your child has a perfectly safe and regulation-sized basketball hoop on their driveway? Well, then according to this HOA, you still aren't allowed to play with a basketball in your driveway. The whole point of a basketball hoop is for it to be used, otherwise known as played with. How are they supposed to practice their slam dunk for the NBA if they can't even use their hoop? Maybe the HOA would allow it if they put a backboard on it so that the ball doesn't go into the street, but even that seems like overkill. No. For as an accessory dwelling unit is not permitted unless it was in existence prior to January of 2000. This means that if you bought a home in a great school district, but you also have elderly parents that need to move in with you, well, sorry HOA, you can't build an accessory dwelling unit like an in-law suite for them to live in. On top of that, if you had a perfectly legal accessory dwelling unit built before the year 2000, sorry, you can't rent it out on Airbnb. This is probably one of the worst HOA rules out there because it prevents intergenerational living, which is becoming more and more popular. It also hinders those who want to rent out their accessory dwelling unit for extra income. What do you think, Dwayne? Do you agree or do you disagree with this one? Let me know in the comments below. No. 3 is a little more straightforward. They don't want boats or RVs stored on the street. And that makes a lot of sense. Nobody wants to see your RV. But what if you just bought a brand new boat and you were super excited to take it out on the water this weekend? Well, apparently you can't even pull it out of your garage to take a quick look at it to make sure it's road ready. In fact, you can't even open the garage door. If your neighbors complain about it, the HOA might even fine you for having an RV or a boat in your garage. Who knew owning a boat could get you in such hot water? No. 2 is pretty vague and it reads, no person shall keep any animals, including but not limited to dogs, cats, rabbits, or poultry within the confines of said premises. For a lot of people, this is a deal breaker when buying a house. They want a nice big fenced-in backyard for their dog to run around in. But after reading this rule, it seems like that's not gonna be possible. Now, some HOA letters will allow you to own a pet, but they limit the number of pets you can have, and they may also require you to get the board's approval for certain breeds. Some HOA letters even go as far as to say you can't have a pet that makes noise. Well, isn't that kind of like all of them? Every single dog, cat, rabbit, or poultry that I've ever met makes noise. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's part of being alive. And no, one on our list is you are not allowed to park your car in your driveway overnight. Driveways are meant for parking cars. Yet this HOA thinks otherwise. Some might say, well, you don't want to encourage people to park their cars in the driveway. They should really be parked in the garage. But what if it's a really nice day out and you have a convertible and you want to enjoy the nice weather? Or what if your garage is full of stuff and you simply just don't have the space? The possibilities are endless. This rule just makes zero sense. Well, now it's time to make some sense. Which of these rules would you change and which ones would you keep? Leave a comment below and let me know. And if you're thinking of purchasing a home in a community that has an HOA, make sure you request a copy of the deed covenants, the meeting minutes, and the current budget. Knowing where the HOA stands financially is very important, as is knowing if there are any upcoming special assessments. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Check out our other videos and have a great day.